It's no secret that everyone who watches Bluey instantly falls in love with the show, and the reason for that is the tiny details throughout the episodes. And in today's video, we're going to check out some of the details. Like in the episode TV Shop, we see Cornelius picking up Winton from school. And on the rear glass of Cornelius's car, we notice some sort of drawing, but it is not clear. But later in the episode, we see his car again parked at the pharmacy, and we can see the drawing better. And in the drawing, we can notice that there's a child, a male adult, and where another character should be, it looks like someone tried to erase it. This detail basically hints that Winton's parents were divorced. And also, did you know that Cornelius met with Terrier's mum for the first time in the same episode? Moving on, as we all know, Bandit isn't very pleased with his fitness, as it was made clear in the episode Exercise, where he starts working out because he realizes he's not in the shape he'd like to be. And we can say for sure that Bandit was committed to being fit, because a couple of episodes later after Exercise, Bandit can be seen in a supplement store, looking for some vitamins. Maybe he wants to be more energetic so he can play with Bluey and Bingo, because right now, he's having a hard time while playing with them. And the proof of this is right at the beginning of the episode TV Shop, when we see Bluey jumping on Bandit's back, and Bandit comments that his knees are hurting. This might be due to the game they played in the episode Exercise, where Bandit, while doing his activities, plays elevator with the girls, lifting both of them using all the strength of his knees until he completely collapses. And that's probably why they're still hurting in the episode TV Shop. And also, it seems Bandit is not the only one who's worried about his fitness. We notice that Cornelius also seems to be working out from time to time. In the same episode, where he meets the Terrier's mom for the first time, we see that he buys a supplement usually consumed by gym-goers. Maybe he wants to get in good shape before going on a date with Terrier's mom. In the early days of Bluey, almost all Bluey fans thought Bluey was a boy. But later, we realized that she's in fact a girl. But did you know there is a really easy way to differentiate between male and female characters in Bluey? The first way is that almost all male characters, except for some, have slightly wider bodies than the female characters. For example, let's look at Chili and Bandit. We can notice that Bandit has a much wider body compared to Chili. Another way that we can use to differentiate boys from girls is the way the characters sit. For example, the female characters in the show always sit with their legs closer together, while the male dogs always sit with their legs slightly spread apart. And when the girls play games pretending to be male dogs, they sit in the same manner like a male character, like when Bluey imitates her dad in the Copycat episode, pretending to be at the vet and sitting just like him. Also in the episode Sleepover, when Bingo disguises herself as a man with a mustache, she sits in a completely different way from how we're used to seeing her, indicating that she's imitating a man. This is really an interesting detail that very few have noticed. As we know, every small thing in Bluey has a hidden meaning. And in the episode where Bingo and her best friend Lila end up saving a little caterpillar, we notice that the small caterpillar turns into a pupa, and then into a beautiful butterfly that lands on both friends' hands. And you might be wondering what this even means. Well, you may not know, but butterfly symbolizes new beginnings. And in the show's context, it symbolized the beginning of Bingo and Lila's friendship. And this wasn't the only episode where we saw the blue butterfly. In the episode The Sign, when Chili and Bluey are sitting on a bench, we can notice the same blue butterfly flying in the background. And as we all know, the Sign episode was all about Radley and Frisky's wedding. So, the butterfly was shown again to symbolize the new beginning of Rad and Frisky. Pretty cool, right? Did you know Winton's dad is a very big celebrity in Bluey's world? Now, I know you're all probably thinking that we're lying, but we're not. We're saying this because in the episode Movies, when the healers are in the cinema, we can see a movie poster in the background. And in the poster, we can see the movie's protagonist who looks identical to Cornelius. If we compare them side by side, you will think that it is Cornelius with a mustache. So, is Cornelius a movie superstar? What do you think? Now, this next detail is for the parents that watch Bluey. Every parent knows having kids means dealing with a lot of mess. And our favorite show Bluey portrays this in a funny way. If you notice the backseat of the healer's car, you'll see that it is always messy. We can see many stickers stuck on the seat, toys scattered randomly, and much more. Well, this is common when you have kids. Bluey really is one of the most realistic portrayals of family life. One of the coolest references in Bluey can be found in the episode The Quiet Game. In the episode, the whole Healer family goes to a toy store to buy a gift for Muffin. But Bluey and Bingo are playing the quiet game and won't use words to tell Bandit which toy to buy for Muffin. At his wit's end, Bandit recruits the new store clerk, Alfie, to help interpret the girls' miming. When they come across one of the aisles, we can notice there are a variety of dolls in various colors and different types. This is a clear reference to one of the world's most famous children's shows, My Little Pony, which features various cute and colorful unicorn characters, just like the Moonlight unicorns in Bluey. Of course, the folks at Disney changed the name to avoid any legal issues, but it's definitely a nod to the series of My Little Pony. Now, very few of you might know this next detail. Do you guys know that Bluey has a hidden talent that practically no one knows? That's right, Bluey is an expert knitter. In the episode Curry Quest, we noticed a small detail. Here we can see Bluey and Chili sitting together. The two are together, knitting something. And in the same episode, Bandit can be seen traveling away from home, and apparently, he's away for 6 weeks. Later, in the episode we can see Bandit on video call with Chili and the girls. And during the call, Bluey shows him what she and her mom are making. But the interesting part is that when Bandit returns from his trip, the Healer girls go to the airport to pick him up. Now, do you all notice that Bluey is wearing a scarf exactly in the same colors as the piece she and her mom were making? So, this means that the characters continue with their life, even though we don't see them on screen. And also, we must say that Bluey is very good at knitting. Everything about Bluey is well known, so much so that even their garden gnomes have their own fan bases. And among these gnomes, Jeremy is probably the fan favorite. And if you paid close attention to the episode The Sign, then you'll remember that our dear, beloved, and long-suffering Jeremy gets kicked by Frisky when she's arguing with Radley on the phone. And when she kicks the poor gnome, we can notice a small crack on its head. But did you know that crack wasn't due to Frisky's kick, but from one of the previous episode? Yes, that's right. Despite Frisky's aggression towards the poor garden gnome, we can notice that even before this happened, he was already broken. Here's the detail. This is a direct reference to the episode Backpackers. In it, Bluey and Bingo are playing while clinging onto Bandit, but while doing so, we see poor Jeremy falling to the ground and one of his pieces simply flying off, proving that his ceramic hat definitely broke at that moment. So, Chili must have glued him back together later, but you could still see the cracks even after the repair. So, these were some of the errors in Bluey that we noticed. Have you noticed any other hidden details that you would like to share? If you have, then let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. And as always, we will see you all in the next video.